Good morning, class.
Good morning.
It's so good to see you.
It's good to be seen.
It's good to be seen.
Today, we are going to continue learning about the California Gold Rush. Last week, we learned about a few different terms that are used to describe the gold rush. We're going to start off with a little refresher on those words. So let's turn to our partners. And our first question that we're going to discuss, and you may use the sentence frames on the screen, are: what were the towns called that sprouted up quickly during the gold rush? Chat with your partner.
I think the towns that sprouted quickly were called boom towns.
I agree. They were called Boomtown.
Awesome. So can I get a hand? What were the towns called that sprouted up quickly during the gold rush? Yes?
Boomtown.
Boom towns. That's right. Next question. What is the person who goes out to look for a place to stake a claim?
That person is called a prospector.
Yes, a prospector looks for a place to stake a claim.
Can I get a hand? What was this person called? What were they called? Prospectors. Nice. Now remember, a prospector may also be a miner or somebody who mines for gold, but not all miners acted as prospectors, as not every one of them went looking for a place to stake their claim. All right, last one. What types of supplies do you think that people would barter with during the gold rush?
I think they might barter with food or gold dust.
Also, they might
Barter.
barter with clothes.
Can I get a hand of some of the things that they might barter with? What things do you think they would barter with?
Clothes.
Yeah, and?
And gold dust.
All right. Miners and their families would barter with all kinds of things like clothing, panning supplies, and even services such as doing laundry or maybe tending to a garden. Money was not always used as a currency during this time. All right. So it seems like you guys have a great understanding of the vocabulary terms we went over last week. We're going to continue to incorporate them during our activity today. Now, we have read about different people and events that have led up to the start of the gold rush, beginning with the discovery of gold at Sutter's Fort in 1848. We have also learned that people came from all over the world to take their shot at finding gold, and thus created a very diverse population here in California during that time. Today, we are going to look at some primary and secondary sources that describe the lives of people who lived during the gold rush. You are going to work in a group, and together you will read some sources that describe the life of a person who lived during that time. The individual you're researching might have been a miner or a prospector. They might have been a family member of a miner. They might be a shopkeeper or an immigrant or a Native American. Your group will review the documents about your individual and then work together to create a visual poster that describes the person and their experience during the gold rush. You will have about 25 minutes to do this, and then we will present our posters to the rest of the class so we can all learn about the different communities and individuals who lived through this event in history. Now, before I assign you to your groups, I want to take a moment to bring your attention to the fact that the sources you will be reading today describe a real person's life who lived during this time period. These are not made up stories. They either came from journal entries or books that were written by these individuals or their families, or other official documents from this time. Therefore, when you're reading these documents, I encourage you to imagine that you were living the life of the person you are going to be researching. You could ask yourself questions such as, what were their day-to-day experiences like? What did they eat? Where did they live? What things do you think brought them joy or made them happy? Or what challenges do you think they faced? These questions will help you to better understand the person's perspective and have empathy toward their experience. I expect every group to be respectful and considerate as you are learning about this person's life as well. All right, now I have assigned you into groups and will be passing out the sources for you and your group to use. Once you are with your group, and as I am passing out the papers, I want you and your group to discuss and agree upon some group norms or what you expect from each other while you're working together. And also individual roles, or what each member of your group will be responsible for accomplishing. As always, I encourage you to have one role of a timekeeper who will keep track of the time for your group, because we have 25 minutes for this activity and we all know how time can fly during projects like these. All right, now take a moment to find your group and I will be coming around with the documents.